You are the one Zuka spoke of, yes? Friend to the Brightthroats. I need your help. We need your help. One of our tribe has been killed. Brutally. Donley was skinned alive. Whoever did that to him wanted to send a message. They left his body on display. He was not dead when we found him, but there was nothing we could do, other than wet his tongue before the end. Then it is a warning to many. Our root heralds held a moot with our allies and learned that Donley was not the only Saxleal to suffer this fate. Zuka says you are one to be trusted. Would you please help prevent this from happening again? You should speak to Milsus in Brightthroat Village. She is the one who found poor Donley. Be gentle with her. She was quite shaken by what she saw. I will await word from you at Deadwater Village. It is the safest place I can think of. Thus far, the killer has taken the young, the old, and the sick. The Deadwater are fierce warriors without mercy. None of their tribe have been counted among the Skin Taker's victims. Perhaps the murderer is a coward. I can only hope. It's true that the Deadwater wear skins of the dead, but only those of their own tribe. It is to honor their fallen. I can't imagine one of them killing with such cowardice. It's a risk I'm willing to take. We do not think this is something spawned from our nest bed. This is not how Saxleal resolve their differences. Even Black Tongues would not torture someone they intended to kill. It would not serve the Hist. It must be someone beyond their roots. I would not be surprised if the Skin Taker was among the blackguards, but even they are rarely so meticulous in their violence. It takes patience, a steady hand, and a stone heart to skin something alive. Thus far, the killer has taken the young, the old, and the sick. It's true that the Deadwater wear skins of the dead. Why would we not? Saxleal name many things according to their nature. When I speak of the Skin Taker to my rootkin, there is no confusion of whom I am speaking about. I take your meaning, I think. All the more reason for you to help us find the truth. For lack of anything to grasp upon, we can only thrash about in search for answers. We do not think this is something spawned from our nest.
Ah! Don't kill me. Or at least make it quick. Not like the others. Please, not like the others. Bark and birth. I nearly jumped out of my skin. Maybe I should have. It couldn't be worse than what the Skin Taker did to poor Donley. Dangled like toad jerky from a tree. Not a scrap of skin or scale left on him. It's true. He was trying to tell me something, but his voice was as ragged as a broken branch. I don't know how he had the strength to speak. I couldn't understand. All I could do was wet his tongue before he returned to the Hist. It sounded like he was saying Hist. I think he wanted to be returned to the roots before the end. That's not much, is it? Maybe Sulacia would know something more useful. He found one of the other victims. Sulacia lives in Alton Mirhilia, across the marshlands to the southwest, just off the coast. I hope you find the Skin Taker before they take anyone else. I will rest more easily when they are caught. If I rest at all. He's a Deadwater tracker that comes through our lands to trade his game. Very skilled so far as I'm aware. I'm sure he would spot 100 things that I missed upon finding Donley. I'm sorry. Oh, sacred sap, he does! Some of the finest pelts and hides we buy are his handiwork. You don't think some were Saxleal? Well, I'm not letting him out of my sight the next time he passes through, if it's all the same to you.
You have saved many lives by ending Vox's threat. What you did was good and right.
You're a long way from home, Ogel. Best tread carefully if you wish to return to it. My name carries far these days. Why do you seek me? More than one. Choglada, impaled on a pole near here. Zuti, hanging from a tree near Lilmoth. On display like dread warnings. They are pitiful trophies. There is no glory in killing a withered root and an unblooded child. The Skin Taker only preys on the weak and defenseless. Confronted by a warrior, they turn their tail in disgrace. If we cross paths, I will not let them escape. Goosen, one of my tribe, found the Skin Taker carrying another victim to display. The coward fled without a fight. If this murderer interests you, speak to Goosen in Deadwater Village. Too clean, for one. Very little skin was left clinging to the muscle below. The Skin Taker works slowly. Their technique is one of cruelty, not efficiency. It could not be done safely in the field. This Skin Taker has a den.
Strike the wall, and you gain 1 point. Unless it's free. on dishonor. Kishi's life matters more than stupid traditions.
Kishi chose to save us. Outsiders will only make things worse.
I remember you. You freed me from the blackguards. What brings you to our village? Would that I had killed her. When I was captured, one of the blackguards seared my leg with a hot poker to prevent my escape. It remains difficult to run. Our paths crossed during the night, but I saw details. The skin taker was Malil, a woman of man, like you but pale-skinned. The moonlight betrayed her to me. She wore blackguard leathers and carried 2 curved blades. I crossed paths with the skin taker by the Deadwater pools near our village. I wish you better luck in your pursuit than I. I will maintain the vigil here. You have a safe haven among the Deadwater. They did not take my eyes or hands, so I am still of some use. Deadwater are no strangers to pain. Our medicines are strong. I will recover. Not one of ours. That's all I can say for certain. We await members of the other tribes to account for their missing. With the body lost to the Deadwater pool, there is little else to be done. A possibility. The blackguards have sent brutal messages in the past, but they were clear with their intentions. This skin taker has kept her identity in shadow.
Box on dishonor. Kishi's life matters more than stupid traditions.
Gods, how much longer are you going to wait? Orky's bumpy arse, it hurts. Yeah, you! Do me a mercy and slit my throat. I can't take any more of this. Don't bother. Savages rub their traps in poison. Got me so weak. The leg started festering a few hours ago. Infection spread to my blood. I'm a goner. Just wish it'd be over with already. On a fool's errand. Blundered into this trap while rooting through the muck for Hostia's damned knife. She knew the Argonians would be prepared this time. Probably sent me to get killed and throw them off her trail. Snowback wretch. Oh, was that you that stayed their blades? She was grateful for that. Dying at the hands of the same lizards that killed her husband would have been the worst way to go. Think she snapped a bit after, though. Her hate for them turned into something else. Do I look like a skeever to you? I should. Caught in a trap, diseased and half dead. She sent me to this miserable death, so what do I owe her, huh? She's in an old blackguard hideout. A cave not too far from here. One entrance, one exit, but trapped. Give Hostia my regards. Tell her I'll be waiting for her in Orky's bloody teeth. No, been abandoned a while. Perfect place for your skin taker to work undisturbed. She didn't like us around when she had guests. Doesn't hurt so much now. The end must be close. Just leave me to die in peace. You spared her life. She was grateful for that. But the mud lizards, they would have cut her throat without a second thought, just like they did to the father of her child. Or so I heard. Rumor was Hostia and her daughter had to watch. He was a blackguard. Had to be guilty of something. doubt that made much difference to her. She's always had an axe to grind, but I wager the blade at her throat brought back some bad memories. They crossed a line they can't step back from with that.
Did the mud lizards send you to find me? You're meddling in things that don't concern. I have no quarrel with you. Don't make yourself my enemy. Turn around! I tried to offer you the same mercy you gave me. You should have taken it. I'm going to hang your hide over Lilma! Why do you care for those savages? They're barely more than beasts. Julieta.
Box on dishonor. Teaching life matters more than stupid traditions.
PC chose to save us. Outsiders will only make things worse.
Can't you see I'm busy?
I'm glad to see you unharmed. The Deadwater said you had passed through here in your search for the Skin Taker. I was beginning to worry. Truly, you have done us another great service. For all of Murkmire, in fact. Many will ask what brought about this terrible brutality. Did you discover anything to make sense of it? That is why the Brightthroats advocate for mercy. We can achieve peaceful coexistence between all the tribes if we abandon the need to answer violence with violence. We'll never become so combative as the Deadwater. But perhaps it's time to accept that compromise can't always be the answer. A hard lesson. On the bright side, The trouble at hand is over. Please accept our gratitude for all you've done.